I know I'm not the only one who enjoys going to bed at 10 p.m. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Cheery Fashionista. So my 20s were wild, confusing, and full of trial and error. And I was definitely doing the most. Sorry to say, but now growth has entered the chat. Things are different, but in a good way, and I'm loving this. In this video, I will share with you some things that I didn't understand when I was in my 20s, things that I thought were so, old people style, things that I didn't want to be associated with, like I literally went out of my way not to be associated with, and I know a lot of you guys can relate. And now at my age now, I'm embracing these things wholeheartedly. So let's dive right in. So one of the things that I enjoy now at my age is going to bed early. So my time is 10 p.m. So I hope I won't sound like an old woman. But I really look forward to the end of the day, and the unwinding, the slow unwinding, especially like after dinner. I like to eat my dinner early, so then I can do that unwinding process where I'm just slowing down. I'm just doing things slowly as compared to in the morning. In the morning there's always like a rush. So this is something that I savor so much, like the entire unwinding. Going to bed, opening the sheets, and for me, I have my bed has to be made for this. So going to the sheets, that cool feeling, that's cool pillow, such priceless feelings. Yeah, I love that, and I I treasure these moments. And there was a time when that's at 10 p.m. was when I was getting ready to go out. So now I value rest so much. It's so important. The whole ritual, it matters so much to me. I know some of you guys can relate. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what time you go to bed. The other thing that I detested when I was in my 20s was silence. Like I associated, silence with old people. And, when I saw, older people, old people, just sitting by themselves, I was like, oh my goodness, what's going on with them? Are they alive? Are they sleeping? Like, I was like, why are they not talking? Why are they silent? And now, here, fast forward to now, I treasure silence. Like, I think best when, it's quiet, things are kind of still. I feel like when there's silence, things kind of slow down for everybody. Like, for me, like, if you are in silence, like, things just, they slow down for you specifically, and you can think better. You see clearly, you can almost hear things that you need to hear. Yeah, so this is such a peaceful feeling, and I can't believe how much I value it now. Like when I hear, like I'll occasionally play music, but when I get tired of it, and when I'm done for the day. Yeah, so that's another thing. Another thing that I have is interesting to me is now I am all about comfy shoes. Okay, I'm not talking about the what are those shoes called? Anyway, yeah. Now I'm all about comfy shoes. Whereas there was a time when I used to work in Manhattan, when all I did was wear heels. Strutting around in heels was like a big thing for me, especially because it had to go with the outfit. So I didn't want to wear pants, and then when you wear flats and the pants are like folding and it looks so messy. So I was like, there's no way I'm going to look like that and walking around in the fashion district. So I was walking around in these high heels and feeling pain at the end of the day, soaking my feet, and then doing the thing again the next day. And those are days of the past, obviously. I wouldn't dare do that. I do still, wear heels here and there, but I always have a backup pair close by because I do not want to be uncomfortable. And then also, I just find it so embarrassing, to leave home in high heels and then people see you struggling. You've seen those videos of people. I saw a video of this lady walking in Manolos I don't know if it's last year, and she literally was tiptoeing to a shoe store, and I felt so bad for her, and she didn't even have any backup. So yeah, I'm not trying to get caught up in those kinds of moments without a backup. That is just too embarrassing for me. The other thing now that I do that I wasn't doing in my 20s is living with intention. So, back in, you guys, in your 20s, that's when you're, experimenting, you're just doing all kinds of wild things. I said yes to too many things that I shouldn't have said. Obviously not explicit things, just like I overextended myself. Those were the people pleasing days, and those days are over. Now I'm all about, moving with intention. Time has become so valuable to me. And I find that my energy is so precious, and I only dish it out with intention, for a reason, for things that really matter. So it's such a freeing feeling to be able to do that. And that's why in another video I was talking about why I feel so much better about being older. I just value this kind of thing where I'm living with intention in my own way, unapologetically. The other thing that matters to me now more than it did in my 20s is quality. So in my 20s, I was all about making sure I have a lot of friends, making sure that I had, in fact, this was a big thing to me. I now I can go to the movies by myself. I don't even see what the issue is. But there was a time when that was like a ritual. Like I had to have someone go with me. I had to call a friend. I had to ask someone, can we please go to the movies? And now I just can't understand why all that needed to happen. So yeah, I value quality so much than quantity. I'm also over, there was a time when I was crazy about shopping and having too many clothes, just making sure I had a lot of clothes, and I just feel like those days are over. I'm now more about the quality. The quality for me is everything, and not for anyone, but for me. Like I want to say, I'm wearing something that feels good to me, that is made of sustainable materials, that looks good to me, regardless of whether other people like it or not. So that's a big thing for me. Another thing that I value, you guys, are day events over nightlife. So I don't miss going to the club. I do like going to the to the lounge once in a while, those kinds of things, but that hard partying and dancing until 2 or 3 a.m. like that is so not me anymore. And I don't miss it. I feel like that was a thing to do in my 20s, and I'm glad that it was a time, I'm glad that it passed. And that's why I feel like if you're in your 20s, that this is the time to do those things, because there will be a time when you don't have any interest in those kinds of things. Now I value brunch. Like brunch is a big thing for me. Day events like going to the beach, anything during the day, and so that I can make it back on time to go to the bed at 10. Dinner is a big deal for me. So if I'm eating out, I that is something I'm going to savor, and I am willing to push bedtime for those moments. Then another thing that I do is saying no without explaining, and what a freeing feeling it is. So in my 20s, I was all about, worrying about people's feelings, and, as I said before, overextending myself even at my own expense. Now I don't even think twice. Sometimes I won't even say anything, and that's the answer, or I'll just use my eyes, and those will be the answer. And it is so freeing, yeah. So there are benefits to now, as opposed to in my 20s, that, like, and things have changed, obviously. Movies are not the same. People communicate differently now, so also that also has changed. So even if you're in this new age, there are some things now that are not available at this time, and so you find that you kind of are forced to become this new person. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about these things. Let me know also what you did in your 20s and you can't believe you did it, and now maybe you're doing something else. Let me know. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.